Hello and welcome to another iconic episode of the Vegan Steven podcast. Vegan Steve is a fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. Today, all allegedly fictional characters in the show, but even based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language and due to its content should not be viewed by anyone. Today's day is the 30th of the 12th, 2019. You have all the things out of the way. Now listen, I'm just sitting here, I'm going to have a chat with myself and nobody else is going to talk because that's the way I want it, because that's the way I want it. Now, I'm just going to talk with myself here just because I'm only just talking to myself, you know what I mean? There's no one else here in the room with me. So, as a person, Vegan Steven has always been thinking about yoga. Now, I was thinking, you know, what kind of poses would I want if I was thinking about starting off in yoga? What would I be? Now, I'm going to have a look at, I'm going to Google it and I'm going to find out how to do this. I'm going to have a look on the internet and find out how to do yoga because I don't know how to do it. Alright? Now, I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. What kind of yoga stuff would be good? It'd be if I had someone here called Dr. I don't have someone here called Dr. Yoga, but if I did have someone called Dr. Yoga, I would ask them, you know, what I just given birth. I'm feeling a bit stressed out. Is there any stretches? I've heard about downward dog. I've heard about couples yoga. That seems like a good way of communicating with your lover. So there's pregnant yoga. There's kitten yoga. Is there any other types of yoga?
Sleep yoga.
Sleep yoga. And there's
yoga.
Kundalini yoga. Is that when you go for a cuddle with someone?
No, that's cuddling yoga.
That's cuddling yoga.
Yeah.
Do you need to do a stretch? If you're just sitting at home, because I talk about yoga all the time. A lot of people who don't know me think I do yoga because I talk about it all the time. I've only done yoga twice in my life, possibly ever. But it's just something I like to talk about. Now, if I was looking to do yoga, do I need, can I just do it in my underpants, or do I need yoga pants? What kind of stuff would I need if I want to do yoga, just right now?
Right now, you literally just need your breath.
Okay.
That is all you need. So there's like 3 parts. There's your breath, there's the poses, which are the asanas, and then you have like a meditation.
What's an asana?
So an asana is the Sanskrit word for postures, so the different ones like you spoke about, the downward dog.
What is Sanskrit?
Mountain. It's
an
ancient.
I don't want to interrupt you, but can I just get 10 buzzwords and I'll do it yoga? So we got Sanskrit.
And
what's roughly what is that? Just so people, they show up to the first yoga class, they're like, listen, what the fuck's going on? What's Sanskrit?
So all of the postures, a lot of the language in yoga, like the ancient yoga practices, is written in Sanskrit. So different poses, like Tadasana is another one. Tadasana is mountain pose, but most teachers in the Western world each teacher chooses, but they might say some Sanskrit, or they'll use the English version, or the crow. You know, there's a crow pose, there's the locust, there's the cobra pose, but these all have Sanskrit names, but I don't know them all. Like, I'm learning little bits of Sanskrit, but I'm not learning a whole new language, like the alphabet or something.
Sanskrit. Is there any other words that people would be like, here, what is this word that my yoga teacher keeps talking about, that you might be able to help them? So there's a lot of mad poses to do with animals.
Yeah.
Sanskrit is a buzzword.
Well, then there's the whole part of the breathing practice so you have abdominal breathing, so that's your belly breathing. Then you'd have like alternate nostril breathing. These all work on different parts of your brain, different parts of your nervous system to help calm and relax you.
Holy God.
Yeah.
Now, allegedly, I heard a rumour that depending on which nostril you breathe out of has different effects. Now,
yes.
Is that a rumour, or what's all this about? Different nostrils and different things.
Your left side is apparently your feminine side, and then your right side is your more masculine side. So if you wanted to heat up, you'd start inhaling through and exhaling through your right nostril to try and pump you up, and then if you wanted to calm or even heat you up if you were cold, start breathing through your right nostril. But loads of people laugh at that when I tell them.
Yeah, it does sound a bit out there to me
It
now.
does. But
has anyone ever levitated while doing yoga? Because to me, you know, if I think I do yoga 10 hours every day, I'll somehow be able, even if it's just a quarter of an inch. Is there any superpowers that are, what is the ultimate yoga person able to do that, you know, people, when they do yoga, they're like, I'm doing yoga because I want to do this, whatever. Like, what's the highest level 10 yoga person doing?
Well, I suppose that's like a guru or something like that might live somewhere in a monastery or in a special place. Like, you know, they'd have people come visit them, but they don't really have a sense of the outside world, that have transcended everything, even themselves. So I don't know, being a human in the Western world, like, where you can get to with that, but I think more people are seeking sort of a peace of mind, and yoga can bring together your body, mind and spirit, and that's what it tries to do. So it brings you inwards as opposed to getting overtaken by, or just honouring yourself to give yourself that hour in a class or 10 minutes at home in the morning. It doesn't really matter.
For anyone who's at home, they're like, I'd like to do yoga, but I don't have a yoga mat. Is there something that they could use around the house that would do for just tonight as a yoga mat?
Yeah, I could just use a normal mat, I guess.
Like a doormat?
Well, I suppose, but you could use a towel either, beach towel. You can get pick-up mats, very cheap, if you just want to have a mat to even sit on and meditate and breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And, all the different poses have different functions, you know. So
I'd like to get into that.
yeah.
So downward dog, does it bring you closer to dogs, or how does this work? Because I honestly know nothing. I go around, like I said, I go around telling people I know about yoga. I don't know if you've met me before, but I talk about yoga a good bit, and it's literally just building swag, building clout. I don't know, it's like something cool, I don't know.
Yeah.
But what do these dog things represent? Why is there animal names related to these yoga poses? What's the crack with that?
Well, it's a really good strength building, when you do it a certain way. It's really good for building strength in your arms, your legs, builds stamina, builds strength, focus. I'm training to be a teacher right now, so I'm only at level 1 of knowledge, so it's continuous. You call it the beginner's mind in yoga, so you go into something with a beginner's mind of that I know nothing, and that with most things in life.
Mm-hmm.
But you asked me about the downward dog. Yeah, a lot of them, different poses would be building strength, building focus. Different ones are calming, restoring. Other ones aid digestion, relieve tension, relieve stress.
Lovely. What kind of are the go-to poses for healing? Is that a good thing? Spiritual healing, maybe?
Healing.
What kind of, someone's feeling very sad or something, is there a good pose that you might recommend or something? Or does it not work like that?
Yeah, there's different poses represent different, some build heat, some kind of cool down.
Whoa, build heat, cool down?
Build heat.
You're already blowing my mind here.
Yeah, there's actually a formula for making the sequence of your class, of making, things follow a certain way,
right,
to end up with a different result. If someone comes into you and is always going, they really need a class that brings them in and brings them down and grounds them in their body,
mm-hmm,
as opposed to maybe someone who's all light and airy and kind of, they would need something strong and physical to help them balance out. So it's kind of about bringing a balance, because yoga means union, and the union of your mind, body and spirit.
Yeah.
It's not about being able to stand on my head or that sort of thing. There are other ways of doing it, but it's more about that union and bringing a balance, and then a balance that you can bring into your life off the mat, as people would say.
Oh, that's pretty good. Not off the mat.
Off
Damn. Sure, you're spiritual in yoga class, but what do you like outside?
Well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, you're bringing those principles of compassion for yourself, because you, in the yoga class, you meet yourself where you are. You maybe push more muscle energy where it's needed, or if you need to step back because you don't want to hurt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all to do with compassion. And
I was just first. I'm going to ask you two questions, and you go with whichever one you'd like. First one: when is someone too old to do yoga? And will you just go listen, or not teach you? And the other question, which may be better, is have you ever heard of any wacky style of yoga, like yoga with goats, yoga with kittens? I just, if one you heard an entertaining name, perhaps, that if you'd like to name drop. Does any of those things tickle your fancy?
The oldest you can be that you wouldn't be able to do yoga would be when you're dead.
Right.
So yeah, when you take your last breath, you pretty much can't do yoga.
Jesus.
So yeah, yoga's for everybody, every ability. Once you have a breath in your body, like there's different kinds. There's different ones for different groups, like people with disabilities, or there's chair yoga for people with limited mobilities, and then there's So that's what that would be my take on it. Also, the craziest ones I've heard of is like stupid ones, like yoga with wine, or
yoga with wine,
shite like that.
Yoga with shite.
Can you say?
You're not allowed to curse on the radio.
You know, like, why are you bringing alcohol into a practice, a spiritual practice? I just don't think it mixes. Like, you know, why can't you just go and do the practice without adding in? So again, this is my opinion, that you don't need wine or beer. It's like, I can't just the practice be enough. But I don't know, like, I know in London and stuff they do it with dogs. And
oh yeah? What kind of dogs? Like cute dogs or ugly dogs?
I think they're probably all little tiny dogs.
Okay, and then when they get too old, just fuck them out. bit of light humour there for the vegans.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking hell. So, what is there any? If someone's worried, listen, we're just gonna deem it. Like, have you ever heard a scary story like fucking 20 people dying doing yoga? Has there ever been anything wild happened, like someone pulled a hamstring, or they ended up unfortunately miscarrying, or is there any? Have you ever heard some wacky story which would make someone go, listen, I'm never doing yoga, it's too dangerous?
Well, to be honest, a lot of the you know, the maybe Instagram friendly stuff that you'd see, or people doing crazy poses with their body kind of pushing it to like they're nearly snapping in half. I don't know, but one of my friends in the yoga world would say that you know, over an extended amount of time would not be ideal for a body.
Yeah.
You know, to be left like, but then like for me to try and do that, my body isn't capable of that. So my body's capable of other things. So I need to focus on strength and flexibility. Sometimes being too flexible isn't necessarily a good thing if you don't have the strength behind it, because otherwise then you're pushing your body too far, and you can injure or end up with like pulling a hamstring, or you know, a hip flexor or something like that. But yeah, it's about strength and flexibility and getting that balance again that I'm talking about. Yeah, being flexible doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing the pose in the way it's supposed to be done if you're not using certain energies and directing energy in your body, and that, you know, like if I could just like do a back thing now, but if I don't set it up properly, I could injure myself, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need both strength and like everybody's body is capable of different things, do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you touch your toes?
No. What's like, is there like a yoga definition of energy? Like, what's energy is like, for me, like money is energy, all these different things are energy. Is there any kind of rough definition of like yoga energy? I'm guessing that's nothing to do with money anyway.
No. like, so energy. I suppose the two basic. It'd be the energy you push out into the world, and then the energy you can take in, I guess. So when you're doing certain poses, like this muscle energy, so that's to do with your strength. Yeah. And then organic energy then would be kind of just trying to see if you can push it a bit more, let it flow, sort of thing. I don't know, more, some people are more susceptible to other people's energies, and that, like, you know, you get a bad vibe. It's all to do with intuition and gut, I think, as well. Right. You know, so in yoga, I suppose different poses would represent a different sort of energy, either a calming energy or a grounding or a focus or a strength or a mixture of different energies.
Now, I won't pry into your own personal life, because you are a fictional character, as am I. But have you ever heard a rumour of once again, not talking about yourself, maybe an improvement in their sexual life or because of yoga? Now, let's not get involved with sex here. What I want to talk about is, have people, maybe they're more relaxed in general life, positive side effects is what I'm trying to say. What are the positive side effects that generally are a knock-on effect of, if someone does yoga every day for 10 minutes every morning, what kind of stuff would they expect to see if they did that for a year?
Okay.
No?
No.
Like, why would someone do yoga? Alright, just say, for example, if someone said to me, listen, yoga will make you, it'll stop erectile dysfunction, I would just be like, grand, I'll do a bit of yoga.
Yeah.
Or something. What is it a cure for? When would your doctor go, listen, prescribe you? I know I'm making up ridiculous situations here, but if you feel like humouring me, go for it, and if you don't, that's fine as well.
Well, in my opinion, yoga can help with, like, loads of different things, like mental health, relaxation, so bringing in mindfulness, compassion to yourself. Then, like, I'm only at the early stages of learning about anatomy and how yoga can help with anatomy and your body, but it's good for strengthening, like rehabilitation, relaxation. Like, we hold a lot of tension in our bodies sometimes that we don't even know. Or, you know, like, if you have a pain in your knee, it's probably coming from, you could do certain poses, exercises. It's really like a whole kind of person. There's a whole holistic benefit to yoga.
Have you ever been like, listen, you need to do fucking yoga? Some, like, you know, when you see someone walking down the street, maybe they're bent over double because they have bad posture from being on their phone or something. Have you ever been like, listen, you need to sort your life out and do yoga? Has that ever, or maybe, have you ever felt that way?
Well, yeah, like, I know people who work on computers all day, and there are certain yoga poses that could, or not even poses, just basic exercises that come, say, in warm-ups and that you could do that would release the tension and sort of just stretch out the body. Because a lot of people now on computers, their postures, their shoulders are rolled forward, and then what you'd say is then their heart is closed, so they're kind of
heart
so
is closed. That's not good.
You want to open up, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, yoga improves posture. You know, it's good for circulation, digestion, all the basic stuff.
Man, that is very. You clearly know your stuff about those things. I'm gonna get off track just for a moment. So we're tipping on energy there. Now, I don't know if you've ever met me before or not, or familiar with my work, but sometimes I like to dip into science, and if there's no science behind something, I'm just like, listen, that's ridiculous. Now, I'm just guessing, I don't know you, Aaron, that you are more of a spiritual and you're more in touch with your emotions and feelings. Is there any developments that people notice, or links between emotions, energy, frequency, and yoga? is there any connection of frequencies of any other words that you might use? Someone might use to describe things like that. That cannot be proved by science. You know what I mean?
By science, yeah.
That just like higher power. I don't know what people are into, but
yeah. I guess like I've started reading about like and knowing about Deepak Chopra. He's a scientist and he's
Is there a book you'd like to mention of his or anything?
Man, what's the name of
Deepak
the book?
Chopra's fine.
Yes, well, he's a scientist and he's very, but his spirituality is very important to him, and I think more and more science and religion or spirituality are coming together, or they're seeing it. It's not just black and white. There are areas of grey, and this stuff works. Like, there's a reason yoga has been around for thousands of years, and now the Western world is becoming interested in it more and more. It's just that it needs to be kept in a certain it needs to be protected from a lot of say Instagram friendly being able poses, like being able to, that's not yoga, isn't just being able to stand on your head. That's, if you can do it, it's amazing and you're doing it safely and all that, but it's more about the spiritual side of it, the meditating, the breathing, and the poses, because it's medicine basically.
It's medicine.
It is medicine. And it's all from within, basically. Do you know, like, it all comes from within us, and then our bodies are just the expression of it. But we can bring it into our lives, our relationships. And be human. If we can't one day do something, that's okay. Like sometimes you're doing tree pose, you might can't stand, and then you're just like, okay, just go with it, just accept it in the moment. That's it. It's not that I'm a failure, I couldn't do it, I can't do tree pose. It's like, oh, couldn't do it today, maybe tomorrow I'll be able to have the expression of a tree, sort of. You kind of try and meet yourself where you are on any given day, which is really all we can do.
I'm dying to know the disconnect between Instagram yoga and yoga that happens maybe in the classroom, and actual, basically maybe photogenic yoga for Instagram and actual spiritual healing Instagram. Could you touch on maybe what what people are maybe misinterpreting by Instagram yoga as regards yoga itself?
Yeah, well, now I must say that there are so many really important people on Instagram, like, portraying yoga the way it should be portrayed. I guess it's just when you have, it's a really contentious subject to, and I still haven't really made up my mind what way I want to comment on this, but
well, remember, this is fiction, so you can just say they're all a bunch of hoes or something equally offensive.
Say that,
because
yes, I'm not.
This is all fiction, so.
Yes.
I'm trying to put words in your mouth there, so back to you.
Yeah, so
So once again, the disconnect between Instagram yoga and actual yoga. Like, what some people are doing.
That maybe that you have to have a certain body,
Right.
you have to have a certain body, be a certain colour, be basically a certain body type, colour, a certain class, that you have to wear a certain thing, I guess. You know what I mean? Whereas I would be more for, it's available to everybody out there, and hopefully more men will get involved in it, because it's hugely beneficial, like, for men and women, for humans, so yeah.
If I was looking to start a wildly successful YouTube yoga Instagram page, now applying some of the tactics which you may not approve on, but let's just say the dark arts here, alright? So let's say I need to be maybe a white female, is that how it works?
Yeah.
I need to have a really nice bum, is that one of the things? I don't know how this works. Do I need to wear all just Nike clothes? Like, what would be some things? Well, I need to wear a belly top. What others? I need to be doing handstands on my head.
Yeah.
So already I'm not off to a good start because I'm a male. That's not good. so I have to wear a wig.
Well, even with a man, it would be, the man would have to probably be, well, he wouldn't have to be being portrayed topless with a six-pack, with, you know, and like yogis, the traditional yogis, mostly had little bellies, which of course, bellies are normal, and
I didn't know.
Little bellies are normal. It's just we've been conditioned to believe that we need all to have six packs, and of course this is not true. But the traditional yogi would have a little belly because they're breathing in so much prana or life and breath into them. So you want to breathe, like the deeper you breathe into your belly, you're full of life. Like the Buddha is a Buddha because he's full of life and he's full of breath. It's not fat. And of course this is a fat shaming world that we live in, which is changing, I hope. People are becoming more aware, but that's a different subject. And fat-phobic, I guess, actually, more so. Fat-phobic.
Okay, haven't heard that. That's good.
Okay, and so, like men could feel a pressure that they have to look a certain way to do yoga, whereas it's for everybody. And, you know, I know certain men that do it in my life, and, like, they love it, and they're open to it. But once you're open to it, it doesn't discriminate between anyone.
The clothing is quite tight. What I've never understood was why, as everyone knows, vegan Steven absolutely fucking hates women. Let's see what the comment there. I feel like such a creeper being the only one watching this. KI the thing, Rossi John. Fucking hell. Anyway. I don't know. If I was like, I don't know about Google or no, fucking yoga. So let's just say I might represent someone who doesn't know anything about yoga. I don't know. Like, is there a book or a YouTube channel or someone's name I can Google? Just be like, listen, how do I do this sitting dog pose? Like, what's step one? Like, someone's just like, listen, I want to do a bit of yoga. What's day one?
Well, I would suggest finding a local class and doing a beginners. For certain people, it might be okay to learn off YouTube and that. Yoga with Adrienne is good. She's
the same with the channel, is it?
Yeah.
Yoga with Adrienne.
Yeah. But otherwise, I'd advise going and trying a few different teachers, because you'll find a teacher hopefully that you like and you like their style. Every teacher is different. They're similar but different, you know. And don't just close it off because you get one teacher that you didn't like. But a beginner's class, if you literally have no experience, and that's exactly where you know, I was a beginner, you know what I mean? I didn't know what I was doing. So everyone has to start somewhere, you know what I mean? But you're better off to go and learn the basic, and then you can either progress or stay. Some people stay in the same class for years and they're happy because it's their class and their teacher. So yeah, it's an individual journey, but there is the yoga on YouTube as well. I'm sure there is good beginner stuff, but it would be good to have a teacher to you know.
How would you feel about books for yoga? Is it something that you can't learn out of a book, or?
I know I used to. Okay, I got a book before from the library. That was years ago, to learn sun salutations.
Oh my god, what's a sun salutation for?
So you do that in the morning. Okay. Well, you can do it any time of the day, I guess, but it's a sequence of different moves, and it would warm up your body and get you going for the day, and it kind of energizes and lifts you up and perks you and get on with your day. So you're saluting the sun.
Holy man. Yeah, alright.
Hashtag go vegan.
Hashtag go vegan. Oh, you're slipping in the propaganda or something. Jesus Christ. What I don't know, for anyone who's afraid of God, like, personally, it doesn't make sense to me personally, because I'm thinking, like, right, in my experience, group classes are not good, and I like a one-on-one teacher, or else learning it online, because that way I can really, like, you know, focus on what's going on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's just like someone who doesn't like going to class, if they got social anxiety or whatever the fuck's going on. They could possibly get a towel out and do it in front of their laptop, possibly Google this Adriana woman.
Mm.
Get the towel out, possibly do it in the nip or their underwear, I don't know. No one's looking.
Well, they'd always suggest having a clean. Well, oh yeah, whatever.
I don't know. Okay, so what? You wear a bra when you're doing yoga? I don't know how it works. Like.
No, like you have a clean body when you're doing yoga.
So
basically.
wash.
So have a wash.
Have a wash. All right, that's step one for doing yoga.
Yeah, well,
have
it's
a
a
wash.
respect thing, but yeah. So
Jeez.
yeah, if you could get to a class though, maybe find a small class, or I don't know, if you had money you could try and get a one-on-one with a teacher. That's not easy for everybody, I understand, but even just trying it, if you have social anxiety, it is really powerful for anxiety. So even if the YouTube helps that way, or reading, maybe people with anxiety can still read if they can, and you watch videos or
even
listen to music. Even the music is so healing, I find, a lot of the time.
Is it slow meditation style music or what music?
Yeah, it can be. Kind of different teachers play different music. Like Kundalini, well, the music is like another part of it. It can just invoke different emotions and
that's the one
and,
Russell Brandy does, isn't it?
It is.
And what I'm so confused is, what's the top? Is there any top 3 or top 2? Just if you're looking for some bog standard bit of yoga, because there's so many different types. Like, how do you know which fucking one to go for? Is there just yoga? This is basic yoga,
See,
or
that's what people get confused of, and like.
I'm confused. I must say, I'm very confused about this.
Like one of my favourites. I love all yoga, but Yoga Nidra, which is the yogic sleep. So that's a relaxation guided meditation class.
This sounds like a lot of shite. No offence.
Well,
Sleep
it
yoga.
is huge offence.
Okay, sorry. I'm just going to let you talk. And would you mind just backing up, rewinding before I interrupt you there? I'm just going to let you take charge.
So it is. It's otherwise known as yogic sleep. So you'd go to a class and you'd have a meditation with the teacher, and then you lie down, if possible, into shavasana, which is corpse pose, which is where you're lying flat on the mat with your hands either by your side or on your belly.
Yeah.
And then the teacher will give a guided meditation. Now, you don't fall asleep. That's not, you tell yourself you're not going to fall asleep, Stephen.
How often do you hear people snore? I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to keep you keep going. You're on fire.
And so then you kind of go on a journey in your mind, and it's very rejuvenating. They say like 1 hour is equal to like 4 hours of rest. So it's about your body doesn't move, but your mind is on a journey. And like, I know I've had like times where I've been at a class and you kind of feel like, have I been away for hours? But it's only been, half an hour of a meditation, but it's just brings you. I find it easier in a class setting to do something like that. Then you have the Kundalini yoga, which was brought by Yogi Bhajan to the Western world, and he has different, like, I call them prescriptions or kriyas for each class. So one may be for anxiety, the teacher may choose to do one on anxiety, or all people have different addictions or stuff like that. So or vices, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. And they'd have different moves, like I just know there's one called the ego eradicator and things like that. So a lot of it is you're mentally training yourself. So it's very, like your body, you can do this. It might be like holding your arms up, like, I don't know.
I love doing that one at the start of the podcast. It's just like I'm a winner, or some weird subconscious thing, and I can do it. Yeah. Today.
And then there's a lot of music that gets played in that. There's meditation, there's relaxation. It's really, they're about 90 minutes long, those classes, but they can be really healing.
Someone just types in like yoga relaxation and they find it YouTube, or how does that work? Is there any songs you'd recommend or anything, or like samba drumming, or I don't know, is there any
there's
buzzwords?
Like Tibetan sound healing, and
Just Google that maybe.
Yeah, I love piano as well.
Slow
What's
piano.
his name? Igor. Oh man,
Stravinsky?
I don't have my phone. I don't know. He's a really cool composer. He does.
Bright Spring. Is he dead?
No.
Oh,
He has recent stuff on YouTube. Igor or something. Tomorrow's Song or Son, I want to call it. Tomorrow's Song. I think it's just beautiful. It could make you cry, even Stephen.
Yeah. That's the name I was christened with from birth, in case anyone doesn't know that. Two things, a thunder went clap, there was a fire on top of a mountain, and people found me. I was like, where?
There you are.
That's what happens when a prophet is born, man. Just fucking
a prophet.
A prophet. Speaking English. I don't want to be calling myself a prophet. That's just what people are calling me.
True.
So you couldn't make it up. So there you are. You know what I mean? €200 for a hat. So there you are. It's right here. It's how we do it. It's fucking.
Do they come signed?
Well, that's extra. This is serious. This is like buying a Mercedes. Like this is confidence in a hat.
Yes.
Should look. So there's loads of mad types of yoga. Like there's all this fucking, was it Bikram yoga? I don't think we're allowed to mention Bikram yoga. There's a bit of a scandal about that.
Yeah.
So we're saying nothing.
Till you hear more.
Till you hear more. There's Bikram yoga. The only thing I know about yoga is you need a yoga mat to do it. Mm-hmm. It's loaded with women. It's always women.
No.
And there's an older.
What have you learned?
There's an
More
older
men
woman.
should get involved.
Should, but they don't.
But will.
Well, sorry. Yeah, the thing that I think stops people doing yoga is they're afraid of being bad at something. So I think
True.
I think people are afraid of going in front of a lot of people they don't know and being bad at something in front of a lot of people they don't know. And I think that might be why some people don't do yoga. Yes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's why men don't do it, because men cannot stand being bad at something in front of a load of people.
Yeah, totally get it. But if you try it,
yeah.
And like I know a few men that do it, and they would speak about that as well, like that thing of, especially like say if you come from an athletic background and going in and maybe not being able to stand on one leg like and shaking around, they think, oh fuck, I can't even do that or whatever. But if they keep at it like anything, they'll see the benefits of it. I just I think more men are becoming more open to it, I think.
I've heard some absolutely outlandish statements about yoga, and stuff like, I got a hip replacement and now I feel great, and stuff like, oh, I broke my knee in 10 places and now I can walk again, or something. Have you heard any of these like over the top success stories or anything in your time?
With yoga?
Yeah.
No, but from my own experience,
right.
yoga has helped me because I had like an imbalance in my hip and I had to get MRIs and everything, trying to figure out what was wrong. And one of my yoga teachers just looked at me and said, da. Well, no, he watched me basically.
Did a Hail Mary?
He knew how to do it. No.
I'll be nice, sorry.
And he could tell me what I needed to do, which was work on my strength in the hip, and the pain's gone.
What? Is it actually gone?
It's actually gone. And then I injured it a few weeks ago, so I had to work on resting it, which was really hard, and not pushing it because I overextended it again. I went for flexibility as opposed to strength and listening to my body, and then I injured it, so I had to wait for it to heal. And
holy Jesus.
Yeah, but he was the guy that helped me, like an osteopath kind of helped me. He did do his best. And then I was like, oh man, I'm looking for something. I was looking for a quick fix, basically. And we all know.
Namaste, I'm not gay. # no homo. Who said that? Right. I don't know where these. Who's saying these homophobic, slanderous blanket statements? I don't know where this is coming from.
No issue.
Yeah.
We are one.
Connected to the ground.
Yeah.
Other cool things to have on your own. What are some fucking hip veganing I'm gonna list off some hip. If you want to get accessorized, get your fucking yoga game on. You want what's the best designer yoga mat you could have? You want to fucking show everyone else the yoga room that you're fucking top dog. Do they have like a Mercedes yoga mat? A gold
Yeah,
yoga
I'm
mat?
not interested in that though.
Could you humour me for just 1 minute? I know I'm being ridiculous, but...
yeah, but that's all money, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So people, you know, Nike yoga gear, is that what everyone, is that the hip cool thing?
No,
or is
well,
that
I suppose Lululemon is a brand.
Lululemon?
Lulu.
Oh, Jesus. Here, I'm not
Well,
mentioning
you're going
them.
to spend hundreds on that.
Listen, Lulu, send us endorsement deal, right? 20 grand, cash, let's go.
Well,
Otherwise, I'm not mentioning you again on the fucking podcast. You're out on your ear. Alright. Lululemon. Pay up.
Thunder.
If you think I'm fucking joking, Lulu's.
Vegan Stephen.
Sorry. Back in the moment. Back in the room. Namaste.
We say that at the end.
Yeah, back in the room. And scene.
Yeah, no, that's just one kind of expensive brand that there is out there, but there's loads of them. But you can get a cheap mat and...
Girls, are they looking after their feet? Are men looking after their feet in these yoga classes, more importantly? Are there socks being worn? Is there smelly odours? Is there women and men with arm hair? What kind of sights do you be seeing at these things? Is that no comment?
That's a no comment.
Okay.
Also, all bodies are
Yeah.
acceptable.
Like just acceptable, not beautiful, just acceptable.
Are beautiful and acceptable.
Okay, and acceptable. Acceptable just seems like a pass. No?
Acceptable.
Okay, alright, acceptable, jeez. Fucking jeez.
Like you would imagine, anyway, yeah, but you just don't go in with dirty feet, like.
Yeah.
But
Fucking hell.
unless you're in the grass outside, which is a nice place to do it.
Yeah. Is there any cold yoga? Because I know there's hot yoga.
Well, no, ideally you need to warm up the body and the muscles and the joints and that when you're doing yoga to get the benefits of it. So yeah, if you're too cold, you can't do fucking anything. You'll be frozen, man.
Now, you've mentioned performance-enhancing drugs such as wine during yoga and kittens. Is there any other... would people be having a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, apple tea? What kind of performance-enhancing yoga drugs would you be endorsing, allegedly? Peppermint tea, salt lamps. Chai tea, salt lamps, fucking...
Burn some incense.
What are those things? Dream catchers.
Yeah.
Tattoos. What tattoos
Candles.
would recommend for... So people know you're... Like a face tattoo saying yoga. Zen as fuck. Zen as fuck on your forehead. Woke as fuck and zen as fuck. No?
No, you get the tattoo always then.
And like a one of those tears that says you killed someone. Do you know those fucking gangster tears? I don't know what the tears represent, but I just assume it's
just a little love heart in yoga.
Oh yeah.
Or a little
Yeah.
I
love the idea of competitive yoga and women being like, I'll wipe the floor with you in yoga. I'll fucking wipe the floor with you.
That's not it.
My yoga post got more likes on Facebook than yours. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to cross any boundaries there because it's obviously nothing but respect. It's a man and a woman respectfully have a conversation. But couples yoga. Do you have any words to say on couples yoga? Will it bring your partner close together? Is your partner just annoying and you want to do yoga yourself? You don't want to get your partner involved? Would you like your male partner to be more flexible in bed? Who knows? Couples yoga, yes or no?
Well, yes.
Yes?
Yeah. You can do different poses together, meditate together. Yeah, I definitely think it's a definite benefit. It brings you closer to someone, more intimate. Yeah.
You and me, obviously, we have a certain attraction to each other just because I'm a very good-looking guy and you're very we haven't met before, obviously. But there is you could cut the sexual tension here with a fucking butter knife, so I'm saying. Now, if we were to allegedly, consensually participate in couples yoga, in a couples yoga class, alright? Open position, no possibility of sexual harassment and all that stuff. Do you think our sexual tension would go up Or do you think you'd realise I'm very bad at yoga and not want, and maybe think, right, if he's bad at yoga, he must be bad at sex? Is there any kind of, have you heard any rumours of whispers of having to do with that, or am I just completely off topic and wrong? If people see a lad being bad at yoga, does a woman think that lad's bad at sex?
No.
No. Alright.
100% not.
There you have it. Facts. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yoga class.
I think more so it'd be more attractive to a woman if the guy's is open to yoga.
Okay.
100%.
Maybe he's more in touch with his feminine side. I don't know.
Getting in balance in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. His body, his spirit. Yeah, definitely.
Yoga babies.
Yoga babies.
I'm just saying yoga babies and seeing what happens. Yoga babies.
Well, people do parent and toddler yoga. I don't know.
Well, the toddler will be very annoying, just crying all the time.
Yeah, but you let the toddlers go play and let the person that's brought the toddler do the bit of yoga.
Jesus, that sounds like a great idea. Sign me up. Well, how like, alright, let's just say I'm a lad and I'm like, listen, I want to do yoga. How much am I talking here? 250 for 6 lessons? 1 lesson?
Different geographical areas.
Jesus. Alright, let's say we're talking about England. I'm in London.
Yeah.
I'm in Dublin. That's a hip city. I want to try. Does it go by the month? Roughly? I know it doesn't always work like this. I heard a rumour that you are friends with someone who worked in a yoga place. What kind of price ranges would someone be looking at?
Well, in the yoga studio I'm in at the moment.
Allegedly.
There's monthly membership is €80.
So do you get to go as much yoga as you want?
Yes.
Night and day. Is there teachers there? What's crack?
There's different timetables.
Alright.
Yeah. So each studio has their own timetable.
Right.
Some mornings, evenings, afternoons, different classes for different people, kinds of people. So yeah, generally classes are €12 drop-ins. They could be 75 minutes long, or in Dublin I believe it's more expensive. Could be €15.
What stopped you doing yoga before you started getting big into yoga?
What stopped me?
What were you doing before you were doing yoga?
Time and money.
Time and money was your main things in your way.
Probably
Time, money.
Time and money. Of course, I make time now, and I
make money.
So, yeah, it's a really important. Like people, it's there's so many benefits to it.
Yeah.
In my life, and I can see it in other people's lives as to why it is worth the money.
Yeah.
You know? It's an investment in yourself. You know, and then you can bring it home with you. Do some at home, but then sometimes it's just nice to get out to a class and see the same people, see the teacher. You know what I mean? Like that's part of it as well. Or the teacher might notice you maybe progressing a bit, or
Holy Jesus, that's good for getting away from the wife, maybe.
Well, I don't know if that'd be a tagline.
No. That would be when I open a yoga gym, allegedly.
Get away from the wife.
Get away from the wife. People go to the pub just to get away from the wife. People do the
go to work
things, allegedly. Alright, so we're gonna leave it there. Do you have any words of wisdom for anyone in life? General words of wisdom.
Go vegan.
Go vegan, okay.
And be kind and compassionate to yourself, and then bring that to others.
Alright.
And try and be as fearless as you can without hurting people.
Brilliant. And if could you mention any books which you think anyone that comes to mind that has just had a big impact on your life and you'd recommend someone else reading? Of you can keep it as light as you want, like a kid's book, or for me it's like a money book. But what one would you be into yourself now? This is you're off. This is you gone now. You won't be on the podcast again, Dr. Yoga. So you got to make this count. And if you have anything else to say it now or forever hold your peace.
Okay, one
No
book.
pressure. Okay, well, one book is fine.
One
Yeah.
book, Charles Duhigg, The Power of Habit.
Lovely.
Very powerful book. When
Right.
I read it, I would wish to read it again, and I will.
Hmm. That's wonderful. Well, thanks very much, Dr. Yoga. It's always an honour to work with someone of your stature, and as everyone knows, the vegan Steven seal of approval is a coveted seal of approval. This person, Dr. Yoga, is a very powerful woman in that she does what she wants. She's not dictated by her situation and so on. So that's why I would like to encourage anyone who's feeling a bit lost to consider taking a leaf out of Dr. Yoga's book, because I believe that this person is at a peak state in their life. And what I mean by that is they have their stuff in check. They know what they're doing and all the rest of it. So if you like the kind of vibe that this person has put out today, that you like this energy, that's it.
That's
Alright.
it.
Thanks everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, cool.
Namaste.